Hello everyone, my name is Dr. Manisha Gupta and I am assistant professor at NIT College, and we are discussing about the business research method. In the last lecture, we discussed about the research questions like your management dilemma, management questions, research question and your investigative question. And in today's lecture, we are going to discuss about the research proposal. Now, what type of the proposal are there, and what is the purpose of proposal, element of proposal and the type of the proposal. So every research start with the proposal, that proposing the research. Most of the researchers and the many research students think that the proposing research or the research proposal is not very important document, but actually it is a very important and well drafted document because it gives the roadmap to your research. In research proposal, we talk about how we are going to carry out our research, what was the element of it, from where it is going to be the start and where it is going to be end. So in the business proposal, in the business research, there are the two elements. First is request for the proposal, the request for the proposal, and the second one is your actual research proposal. The request for the proposal is basically issued by the organization in which they give the important details that what they are expecting. It is the document when most of the time when the organization doing the research, basically every research start with your management dilemma and the management question. When the organization think that there is a certain problem, like if the organization find out that their sales are going down, or the customer base is start deteriorating, this is your management dilemma, and which further lead to the management question. So when the organization find out that this is the problem, so solving that problem, they conduct a research. Sometimes they have the in-house sources, they have the research specialist, so the in-house employees can carry out that research. But when the organization does not have that much of amount of the resources, their speciality and the specification, in that case they give the research to the third party, like your marketing research organization or the research organization. So for them, the request for the proposal was issued in which the organization show that what the problem are they are facing, and in the response of the request for the proposal, the researcher prepare the research proposal to answer the management questions or the management dilemma. So let's see what is basically the research proposal or the request for the proposal. First of all, the request for the proposal is the formal document issued by the corporate research department, decision maker, or the some sponsors or the solicited service from the for the research. Means the organization is issuing, the issuing authority is your organization which want to solve their management problem, which want to solve the management dilemma. So they issue these document for the researcher, or it's a kind of the tender. In many business, the companies issue the tenders so that they get the organization or the individual who can conduct the research for them. And actually it is a very well written RPF tick time planning, when because it is a very well written documents, and it gives the specification of the organization that what the organization want. So it takes time and the planning, and the benefit of the organization is that because of the proper request for the proposal or RFP, they formalize the process of the shortlisting the your researchers. Suppose when the company has issued the tender, and for conducting the research on his behalf, the 10 companies has given their proposal. So in that case, they have the proper format on which they shortlist their candidate or the company. It may be the individual or it may be the company. The organization then formalize the process of the documenting, and it helps them to proper documentation, justification why they have chosen certain organization, authoring and procurement of the research, and it helps the researcher also, so that they get the idea that what the organization is expecting from them. The RRF also provide the chance to evaluate the different solution, because it may be the chances that the different companies who has given their proposal, they have suggested for the different option. So it also gives them chance to evaluate the different solution, offer the means of establishing it, and at the end also when the research is carried out, in that situation also it gives them the organization to establish, monitor and the control the performance of your research. Then how will you create, and what will the important elements were there in your request for the proposal to creating RFP? Basically it is a first step to define or understand your management, that the problem is being addressed. Like initially we talk about if the company is saying that their sales is going down. So by RFP, this is the first step that they address that this is the issue, this is the problem in our organization, which may be further, if we cannot deal with now, then it may create the bigger problem in the future. In the formal RFP process, internal experts define the problem. Initially the internal experts define the problem in RFP, and they may be the brand manager, or they may be the new product development specialist, or the representatives of any other function. It depends upon what kind of the problem the organization is facing. Although the RFP differs somewhat from the firm to firm, means the every organization has a different format. The one format is not eligible for the one format is not followed by the every single companies or the every single industries, but these are some general components which were there in their RFP, which is the first is your proposal administrative information. So what is the proposal administrative information? It is the overview of the important important information about the administration of a project. It includes the document or information like what is the end date of the submitting the proposal, when your proposal is going to be reviewed, when they have announced that what proposal they have expected, and also it gives the contact information like name, address, email address, through which the people can contact them. Then come to the summary statement of the problem. So what is the summary statement of the problem? It is basically the summary of the problem. They have show the management problem in a summary, in a small statement. That we are taking the example of a deteriorating the sales of the company. So they have just stated that we have the problem that our sales are declining in the past few months or the past few years. Then come to the technical section. So what is the technical section? The technical section, technical information needed by the researcher to create a proposal and present in this section, and this section needed the documents or a requirement which is expected that the researcher would have, or the company who is going to do the research, like they have the certain technical software, the equipments, like you have to do this type of the study, you must have the laptops, or you must have with that type of the setup with you. Then it will also give you that the reasonable need or requirement which the researcher must have. Then come to the management section. So every project requires some level of the management, and in this management section, the researcher or the company's timing or the schedule or the plan or reports are included in this section. Means the what is the company's timing, what is they expected to complete the proposal in what time, what duration. Then the management section also lists the requirement of the implication, like the researcher may have the certain type of the company may have the certain type of the schedules or the training, or what will their reporting schedules, what will the training, what should be the quality, and what is the eligibility, like if you are hiring the company, you must have show that they must work for the 10 years, or hiring the employee, they may have the certain degree or qualification. So these type of the information were in your management section. Then come to the contract and licensing section. In the contract and licensing section, include the document like your non-disclosure agreement. If the company are developing a product and they are testing the product, and for that they have hired the company, so they don't want to disclose the properties of that product to their competitors. So they may have the company or the person who is proposing the research proposal, then they must sign the non-disclosure agreement. Or what should be the agreement? It also include the documents like your intellectual property rights and copyrights, these type of the information. And the contract, what is the period of the research, how much what is the period of the research. So these type of the thing were in your contract and licensing section. In last, the pricing section. To the cost of the proposer or the supplier must receive the all needed information. In the pricing section, they may give the information that how much they are willing to pay, what type of the support they are giving. If you are going for the training, how much support they give you for the training. If you are purchasing the software for the data analysis, then how much company is willing to pay for it, whatever the assistance they are going to give to the researcher or the market research companies. So this include the all the information related to the cost and price. Next, after the request for the proposal, you will get the idea that what is a request for the proposal. In the request for the proposal, the company has put all the information so that the researcher must write the research proposal. And in the request for the proposal, they have given the information what is their management problem and what they are expected from the researcher or the companies who are submitting the research proposal, like your market research companies. Now, what is the research proposal? The research proposal is basically the document proposing the research project. Look at the document proposing the research project, that what you are proposing, what you are offering to the company. In general, in the science, academics and generally constitute the request for the sponsor of the research proposal, and the proposer, whatever we have submitted or whatever the researchers has a submit research in their research proposal are evaluated on its cost, on its potential impact and the proposed research and the soundness of the proposal plan for carrying it out. So research proposal is basically your roadmap, your planning, that how will you tackle the management problem, how you are going to solve the management problem. Like your sales are going down, so research is offering that how we are going to identify the reason why your sales are going down, what may be the expected problem and how you are going to find those problem and what is the most prominent problem because of which your sales are going down. Or take an example, like if any company's a customer base are deteriorating and they want to find out why their customer base are deteriorating, they want to hire a company who could do the research and find out the reason. So in that situation, in the research proposal, they propose that how they are going to find out why your customer base are deteriorating, what should be the proper roadmap of it, what is the, and in the research proposal you are showing that what is the blueprint of your total research process, how you are going to start your research, what is your starting point and what is your ending point. And there are the many section in it. There are some section of the technicals, some section where you need budget. So all the information, like whatever the designing, whatever the research design you are going to be take, whatever the research you are going to take, what will be your sample, from whom you are going to collect your responses, how you are going to carry out your whole process. So research proposal is essentially the roadmap which is showing clearly the location and from where your journey is begin, and the destination to be the reach and the method of getting there. We all know the research start with your management problem and your management dilemma, and how you are going to solve that management dilemma and the problem, and what is its whole journey, from where you are getting the answer, and what will be the expected outcome. You will get the better understanding when we discuss about the element of the research proposal. So, now come to the topic that what is the purpose of research proposal, why we need a research proposal, why it will help a researcher and the organization. The research proposal is an individual or the company offer to produce the product or the render the service to the potential buyer or sponsor. Means the proposal of an individual company offer means either the researcher as a company is offering, or the market research company is offering to the company who has the management problem. They give the proposal to them, and the purpose of the research proposal is, the first point is, we will get the step by step, you will see that everything goes step by step. First is start with the management question. To represent the management question to be researched and relates, it's important that research proposal helps you to understand what is the management questions and which is we are going to research and why we should research it. Like if the customer base is deteriorating, then why the company is worried. Suppose if the company is in profit but still their customer base is deteriorating. So, in the first purpose of the research, you will able to define your management question, and you will relate it important that why we should to answer it. Why we should to answer it, why the companies are worried, why you have to tackle this problem at this particular time, why we cannot do it sometime later after 1 year, 2 years, why it is important to do it now. So, it will help you to understand the management problem and why you should conduct this research. In the next point, to discuss the research effort and the other who have work on the related and the management question. It also gives you to understand what if suppose your company's customer base is deteriorating, what other has done, what the other company has done if they have the similar problem, what efforts they have put. By in the research proposal, by proposing the research, you also get the understanding what is happening in the other companies, how they are tackling that problem, what happened in the past, or what happened when other industries, other companies are facing the same problem and how they have handled this problem. Then in last, to suggest the data necessary for the solving the management question, and it also give you the important that whatever the data we needed to solve this management question, and how the data will be, you are going to gather it, how you are going to treat that data, and how you are going to interpret it. Means how you are going to collect the data, how you are going to analyze it, and how you are going to interpret its result. This is your research proposal. Now, the type of the research proposal. Basically, the research in general, the research proposal can be divided between the generated for if company has the using their inner resources, like they have the research specialist and they want to conduct the research by their own people, then that is your internal research proposal. And suppose if you are a company and you are proposing the research for someone else, some other company, then that is a external. And the internal proposal is done by the staff specialist or by the research department within the firm, and the external proposal is basically sponsored by the companies, your universities, government, or the corporates. And your external proposal is basically again divided in your solicited and unsolicited. The solicited is basically the type of the external proposal which you have made in response of the request for the proposal. And unsolicited, suppose if the company has the other research partner, and they have the suggested that you should carry out the research and you should carry out this research, and in that case that company is going to carry it out. There is no, you are not giving the chance to the other companies. In that case, that is a unsolicited proposal. Now come to the element of the research proposal. So these are the following the element of your research proposal: executive summary, problem statement, research objective, importance and benefit of the study, review of literature, research design, data analysis, budget, facilities, research resource, and your bibliography. We will deal with this one by one. In the executive summary, first is your executive summary. The executive summary is basically the summary of your whole research proposal. It includes the brief statement of your management question, management dilemma, your research objective, and the benefit of your research, that why should they will do with this, and it actually gives your summary or the brief understanding of your research proposal, that what is going to happen and how you are going to solve your research problem. Now come to the problem statement. The problem statement for the some organization, it is a too broadly. Every statement is too broad and you need to narrow down that broad statement. The important that the management question distinguish from the primary problem and from the related problem clearly. At the certain time of in the given time, the organization may have the many problem. In that situation, they have to distinguish your management problem with the others problem, and in this section you convince the people to continue the reading your research proposal, and you should capture the reader's attention by stating the management dilemma in the background and consequence and the resulting of the management question. Means if you do not handle the management question at this time, then what is going to happen, what was the consequence of it. So in this statement you briefly describe the briefly describe your management dilemma, management questions. In next part is your research objective. The research objective is basically derived from your management problems or the management dilemma or the management question. This element address the purpose of the investigation, like why you are investigating this, why you are preparing the research proposal, and here you lay out exactly what is being planned by the proposed research, and because we set the objective here, and later the module will follow naturally from your problem statement giving to the specific and concrete and available goal. Started with the problem statement, then you further divided it in your research objective, and the sponsor specific, concrete and achievable goals, that what is the objective and what goal we try to achieve through this proposal. The objective either in order or importance or in the general term, first moving to the specific terms. In next, the review of literature. The review of literature is a section examine the recent research study, that what is happening in the present scenario, what the other companies are doing, it is basically the study of the what happened in the past, what people have when the people have faced certain type of the problem, what the action they have taken. This section examines the recent study, the company study, and it is also study the company data also, that if the company has faced a problem in the past, what they have done, and they also analyze that the why. To identify the why the sales of the company is going down, you have to study the company also, their important component, their sales, what is the how they are doing the marketing, how they are developing the product. It might be the decreasing of the sales may be the reason of your marketing strategy. So that is why you study the companies also, and the company data, their industry report, and act on the basis of the proposed study. Began your discussion related literature and the relevant data. This is basically in the study you have further you are going to know about there is a secondary data and the primary data. Secondary data which is already available, and the primary data which you are going to collect by yourself. So, this is in the review of literature, you basically collecting your secondary data. Discuss, and you are going to discuss the related literature and the relevant secondary data from the comprehensive perspective of your objective of your research and your problem statement. In some time your review of literature might give you the answer of your management question. So, in that case you may not need to conduct your primary study or the collect further data. Then in the next part you are going to explain what is the important or the benefit of your study, that why the company has to doing this study now, why you have to tackle this problem now, what is the reason, and in the objective or the in the importance and the benefit of this study, you have to make it in only in the few paragraphs. You do not need to write the large paragraph. Basically in this section you will explain the reader the importance of your research proposal and why you have to conduct this study now. Next is your research design. Actually the research design part is the heart of your whole research proposal, because it is your technical part. In this section you should include as many as subsection needed to show the phase of the project. In the research design you are going to explain about what type of the sample design you are going to choose, whatever the sampling you are going to choose, what will be your sample size, what will be the instrument of your data collection. It may be by your observation method or the survey method. In the survey method you are going to opt for the schedule or questionnaire. So, basically it gives it provides the information for your proposed design for the task, like selection of the sample, size of the sample, method of the data collection like observation method, research method, data, primary data, secondary data, size, it is depend upon the size of your customer base, sampling techniques, it may be probability sampling, non-probability sampling. In the probability sampling, whatever the sampling you are going to choose and why you are going to choose. Then instrumentation, what is the procedure of collecting a data and what is the ethical requirement for your data collection. In the next part we talk about the data analysis. The data analysis is basically how you are going to analyze the data. What type of the mathematical techniques you are going to use, what type of, like you are going to use regression analysis, t-test, whatever the on what type of the software you are going to analyze your data which you have collected. So, this section is important, and to evaluate and contract the research proposal that the research should conduct and the expert review and the latest technique available in a market, like whatever the technique is available in a market and what you are going to use, and compare these with your proposed techniques. Next is budget. In the case of the internal research proposal, it is based on the employees and overhead cost, but in case of the external research, the organization is not just a wage and salary the employees, but the person hour price, contracting, firm charge, means you are giving the total budget, that the how much amount you are required to conduct that research. It includes the cost of the collecting the data. It may be you have to travel abroad or across the India, depend upon the what will be the area of your research, in what geographical area you are going to conduct that research, or if you are going to use the digital platforms, then what type of the software you are going to use. And if you are analyzing the data, for analyzing the data, sometimes people use the specialized software like your R square, the R software, your Python, R, Python, these are the very recent software and it is very elaborately using in the industry, or you are going to the SPSS, or you are going to simple your Excel. So, what is the total budget of your research conducting should be mentioned, and you have to keep in mind that what is the price is mentioned in your request for the proposal. If we are giving the budget higher than that, then in that case your proposal may not be accepted. Next is your facilities and special resources. If you are expecting certain facilities from the organization and the project all require the special facility, resources should be described in detail. For example, for the contrast study, you may need the specialized facilities for the focus group or the group discussion. And in the last, bibliography. In the bibliography, you have to mention your appendix, glossary, your measuring instrument, and the rest of the document which you are not able to attach in your research proposal. All those other documents should be in your bibliography. Thank you everyone. This is all for the day. See you in the next class.